Welcome to Two Hearts Dance and Yoga's Heart to Heart movement series. It is my honor to bring you some lights of joy during this time and spread some inspiration. Today we have Vannia Ibarguen. Vannia is an MFA graduate in dance from the University of Maryland. She is a performer, choreographer, dance teacher, and artistic director of VIDA, a contemporary dance troupe. Vannia was earning her MFA at the University of Maryland while I was earning my BA program there, and she's inspired me. Her focus is in the interaction between performance and technology, and also the relationship between classical, contemporary, and folk dance styles. She has received awards in the United States, Peru, Argentina, Cuba, Colombia, and the NDEO Excellence in Education Award from the National Dance Education Organization in 2009. Vannia is a recognized international performing artist, consultant, collaborating since 2011 with Global Water Dancers, an international initiative that raises consciousness on the critical need for safe drinking water, and now she is serving as the artistic director. She continues to share her passion for dance through dancing and teaching, and has even been my virtual ballet bar teacher during this pandemic. Thank you so much for being here, Vannia.
My pleasure. It was wonderful to reconnect.
Thank you so much. Amazing to reconnect. I love taking class with you, and I just love seeing what you're doing and all the wonderful things that you continue to enlighten and bring to us. So thank you. So you are living in the Long Beach, California area. Tell us how it's been during this time and how you've had to adjust with teaching.
Well, here in California, studios are not opening. And since the beginning, it's already 4 months, I believe. I'm not counting. Yes, I switched my classes, both in the college and also for the studio classes, to online environment. And it was a little difficult at the beginning, but I think everybody agreed that it was something that brought them life, and it was something to look forward into, this life that we have, the new life. So it's well, here in California, the good thing is that we still, we can go out, we can enjoy some outside work, but trying to be, socially distanced. So in my case, I'm with my family, we're trying to stick with that so we can stay healthy. And yes, continuing teaching classes here. And when they open, they asked me if I wanted to go back. And as my students are mostly adults, they prefer to stay online, at least for a little more time. And then when, we came back here. So we're still teaching online, remote, but, it's been good. I mean, not perfect, but good.
I think it's a thing where we've all just kind of had to adapt, and it's wonderful to, in your position, to be able to reach so many different people. Like, I never would have had the opportunity to take class with you, so I'm very thankful for that.
Right, yes, I was teaching also for people in Peru, for people in Washington, D.C., and Bogota, trying to reconnect the places where I have been. And it creates an opportunity to, like in Spanish, I don't know what to say in English, but it's no hay mal que por bien no venga. It's like like there is no bad thing, and sometimes the good things come, something like that. I don't know.
Kind of like a blessing in disguise, or things come when you least expect it. So absolutely, love that.
Yes.
Cool. So tell us a little bit about where you grew up and how you discovered your passion for dance.
Yes, I grew up in Peru, in Lima, the capital, in this beautiful country in South America. And when I started, I was always a mover. So I started doing gymnastics when I was little, and then I switched into ballet because one of the choreographer for gymnastics, she saw that I really enjoyed dancing. So I started doing ballet. In the beginning, I was like, this was a little boring, but then I don't know, suddenly it clicked. It was a really, it was a change. But then I started to feel, the music and also the place where I was taking classes. Yeah, they were very supportive, and I had the opportunity to perform with as a child with a ballet company with while I was studying. So that was something that I was like blown away. Like in the past, I never saw a ballet performance when I was in doing gymnastics. So I think that was the moment when I was like, I want to perform. I want to be like them over there when I was doing like a stone or a tree, the things that you start doing when you're a little one. Not really a stone, but yeah. Um, uh, and yes, and then I was a ballet dancer over there. Well, I'm still a ballet dancer. You never stop once you start. And yes, and then after that, when I was working with a ballet company in Peru, the Ballet Municipal de Lima, um, I I decided I wanted to do something else. And well, but during that time I got married, and as far as our yeah, kind of joint project was to travel to United States to I was thinking either to dance with a ballet company or a dance company in general, because by that time also contemporary dance was part of my thing. Well, I forgot to say that when I studied my bachelor degree in Peru, I studied engineering. I didn't study an art thing. So I studied system engineering, and and I actually was able to work for 6 years as an IT consultant. Uh, but then after that I was like, no, I need to continue with my passion. There was a time when I was like, okay, I need to, yeah. I never left ballet or dance, but it was, a time when it was more difficult to do it. So after 6 years of working, and then with my husband, we decided to come here to United States. And then I started my MFA in dance, and it, yeah, opened yeah, many possibilities, and not only in ballet, but also contemporary dance, modern dance, and recovering my roots about traditional dance or Peruvian dance, and also trying to come together with the technology that I was exposed to while I was studying my yeah, BS, let's say. So yeah, that was kind of the story of how I came here, and there was more things in between, but yeah, basically that's how I came into the world of dance.
Awesome. And it just seems like you just continue to flourish in your dance studies and, wanting to pursue that passion. So it's very admirable. A lot of my students are, looking forward to dancing in college and continuing on their path in dance. So thank you for inspiring all of us.
Sure, yes, I was always that one person that even if I was studying engineering, that I enjoyed too. I never stopped dancing, but it was a time when I say, well, this is more than a hobby, and I wanted to actually continue pursuing that because it feels good. My whole body feels good, and the other I was feeling good, but it was something missing. So yeah, I think it. And by that time, I think nobody will study and at the same time being in a ballet company. That was something like usually you have one path. Uh, so yeah, it was something that I needed to do.
Thank goodness that you did. Great. So, what were some of your early challenges with dance, whether it was in the studio, whether it was, continuing to pursue dance at the same time as working? What were some of the earliest challenges that you remember having?
Mm. Yes, I think. what you mentioned, it like trying to manage my time, uh, time for study, time for working on my internship for the IT work, and at the same time continue dancing. There was a time when I was like, oh my gosh, I won't be able to do all of that. Yes, yes, I remember one day when I was going out from my work, my IT work as a consultant, and it was around 6 p.m. and I had a performance at 7:30, Swan Lake performance. And I was rushing. I don't know why. It was, very late. And I was in a taxi, and then I was like feeling like I was like, oh, dying. And I think I drank, a Red Bull or something of that. And then I was like, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good. Yes, I need to go there and arrive and dance. And my role was Four Little Swans. I don't know if you know or anybody knows about that. It's a 1 minute choreography that is all about cardio. It's like, yeah, yeah. So I remember when I was there, I arrived and everybody's like, yeah, you made it. And I was like, warming up, doing my own class. Yes, yes. And then time to, to perform. When I did the performance, when I finished, you finished like kneeling down. I was like, oh my God. I did it. I went out of the, like you're always performing. So yeah, graceful going out, and then I just fall down on the floor. Like it was my first time drinking something, like
Yeah.
enhanced or something. I was like, never again. Not for me, maybe for others. So yeah, that was one struggle when I was like, okay, I need to be there, and I'm still here with this project. So things like that, or while I was studying too. Or later on when I started, so I was a ballerina for a long time. I did gymnastics before, so I had some of the physicality for contemporary dance, but I never did that before. I went to Cuba and I received modern dance and contemporary dance classes, and then I fell in love with contemporary dance and the freedom that you have when you are dancing. So when I went to Maryland, I was like, oh yes, I know, yeah, I'm good at this. But it was really difficult for me because I still had those patterns of ballerina patterns, So like rolling down using my torso, that was something that was difficult for me to learn and to perform. But yeah, that's more about the physical challenges that you have when you are coming from one world into another. And and I think after that, yeah, managing also being a mother and at the same time continue with the work. I have two children. Yeah, they are 11 and 7 years old. So yeah, I remember the first time I was actually at the University of Maryland when I got pregnant. So I had to finish my MFA. Yes. With my daughter, and my thesis concert actually was when she was I think 8 months old, about that. Yes, so I had to dance and also choreographed. And yeah, that was another challenge about time and physicality. And, but it was a moment when I was very creative. I felt like it was one of the best moments in my life when I was able to create. I think part of that, yes, being a mom and when I don't know why, but when you have less time, you are more effective. You try to just do and do and do, and
Very true.
yes, yes. When you have time, it's like.
That's very true.
So it was kind of a struggle, but not like it was a good thing. Being active and at the same time giving also time for yourself from time to time. We need it. We need to have both. So yeah.
Very good. Thank you for sharing that with us. That's amazing to hear, the challenges that you had and how, those challenges could help others and, just powering through, continuing to keep your spirits up and continuing to push through for the things that you want to do. So thank you for sharing that. Cool. So you earned your MFA in dance from the University of Maryland, like you mentioned, where we first met. What led you to pursuing that path? I know you said you wanted to continue kind of exploring dance and creating, but what ultimately led you to want to earn your MFA?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. I remember it was a difficult time trying to decide what to do with my life. I was recently married, and also I wanted to dance more, right? To be in a ballet company or a dance company in general. But I don't know. I felt like I needed more time as a student. Like I really felt like I wanted to have that experience that I didn't have before in the arts, taking a master in fine arts, and also discussing about my work, like yeah, present this and have the opportunity to have feedback. For me was a really good opportunity, and also because I wanted to teach afterwards, and not that I wasn't teaching before, but my teaching was mostly. I realized that I love teaching higher education and mostly this age between teenagers and young adults and adults. So that's my where I think I enjoy the most more than little ones. Not that I don't love little ones, but I already have two here at home. I'm just kidding. I love teaching also little ones, but I think my heart is when I love when I have a place for discussion and a place to really engage with people who want to do this too, who wants to continue teaching dance and spreading the good positivity and and all the tricks that dance has, to inspire others. So I think that's why I wanted to do the MFA. Although the MFA was more concentrated in performance and choreography, and by that time also I was very much like I wanted to perform and I wanted to choreograph it. Being a teaching artist was something that I wanted to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you for answering that. I actually selfishly asked that for myself because I've been, thinking about I'd love to be able to teach at the higher education level. So I will definitely have to talk more with you about, that journey to getting there and your experience, more of your experience in the MFA program and things like that. So I will be in touch.
Sure.
Awesome. So you are the artistic director of VIDA, your own company, Vannia and Ibarguen Dance Arts, which is a contemporary dance troupe. Tell us about your dance troupe and kind of where that started and came from.
Mm-hmm. Well, the project was started when I was in Peru, actually, and then mostly it was kind of an itinerant project based. So when I was in Peru, I was dancing and choreographing for Peruvian dancers. And if I had an idea, we will develop it and then make it a performance and show it. Then when I went to Colombia, I left. I used to live in Colombia for 3 years. After, it's like I always see this as a map. Yeah, I go to Peru and then I go to United States. I get my MFA. Then I went to Colombia for 3 years with my husband and family. And over there also, we had many projects with under the same name. So the idea is to every time that I sort of have an idea for a choreography or a new project in performance, I will recruit dancers and do the work, apply for grants, and present it there. So the time in Colombia was really good. Colombia and Bogota, it's and I was remembering this that both Peru and Colombia, they have a Ministry of Culture. That is something that United States doesn't have. And I'm just saying this because I 2 days ago I received an email from there is a kind of a ministry, U.S. Ministry of Culture that was created just as an imaginary thing. Um, and they were telling why they created that, and they were saying that we're inspired by Colombia, and I was like, oh wow! And I remember because during my time there, I was really able to perform, choreograph, and do things, and they were giving help to artists that wanted to do that, even giving spaces, and it was very well organized. And I was like, whoa, this is great. And in Peru too, they are taking that model from Colombia, and I feel like this is amazing. How they are and giving this space for artists to flourish. Um, so yes, VIDA was given many of these mini grants and grants for either space or showing the work in a theater and or in festivals. And then when I came here, I found also again it was like trying to find your tribe, right? And I was able to find also it was smaller. Right now we did a little work with only 3 women choreography, and and it was great because we are very similar. We also have a family. We are dance teachers, and we are also choreographers. So we did a couple of works during this year. Well, not this year, last year. And I feel really grateful to have have this support community. So we are the 3 of them. We are choreographers, dancers, artists. So when I do something, it's under VIDA. When they do something, so it's kind of a yeah, very interesting mix. And also that serves me as a way to support my work here in Long Beach locally.
Awesome. Wonderful. I love everything about it. It's really awesome. Um, so you are also the artistic director of Global Water Dances. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what the mission is behind the dancing?
Mm-hmm. Yes, so Global Water Dances is a project that started in 2011. Well, it started a little bit before, but the idea for Global Water Dances is to raise awareness about water issues, both globally and locally, um, through dance. So, what we do is that we connect different choreographers around the world from different locations to dance on a day near the body of water and outside, and it's free of charge, and it's a participatory dance, and it kind of stimulates people to be in contact with their own bodies, but also to protect their environment. Um, so I got in contact with Global Water Dances in 2011 when I was living in Peru, and I was a choreographer there in Peru. I organized the whole event over there with help of many amazing choreographers and dance teachers. And then when and then I became the artistic director a few years later. Um, so it's been very yeah, the experience has been really amazing because it's an opportunity for me to connect with other people that are also like-minded. Like the idea is to really use dance as means of social awareness and yeah. I love that we also are using technology for this, especially in these times. And it is not only about this, but it's also about working with your own community. So I see like a network of, of people working for something that they believe in.
Yeah, I love everything about it, and I would love to, explore a little bit more and being involved with it as well, because I love the mission. I think it's so important, especially now, to spread the awareness about the environment and protecting, your bodies of water, creating good drinking water for everyone. I mean, those are the things that we really take for granted. You go to other countries and they don't have the ability to have, drinking water on demand like we do. So I love everything about what you're doing and would love to, be a part of it in any way that I can. And hopefully, spreading this message more about it will get others involved and continue to spread the awareness. I just love it so much.
Yes, thank you. Yes, our next event will be, it's scheduled for June 2021.
Awesome.
And we are starting getting everybody connected again. Last year we were 180 locations dancing for water. And yeah, and it was beautiful. And we have been featuring all the different sites during the last year since 2019, because we do this every 2 years. We don't do it every year. So we are still showing all the pictures, amazing pictures and videos from people who were doing that. We usually do a live stream too, only for locations that are able to do it. But the videos that we receive are just amazing. We give a structure, but then also they are able to create their own dance based on the issues that they have locally. And the end of the dance is a participatory dance that we are trying to see how we are going to do it this time. Hopefully for 2021 things are going to be better. But the good thing about this is that it's outside, it's outdoors. So I think, yeah, we can be creative. We're going to have also a section that will be done by ourselves online, and you can do it anywhere. You can do it at your home. And it's mostly embodying water. So it's about the movement, how you can work with the waters inside your body. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome. That's very cool. And then just one last thing, one last question for you. I admire that you are an artist, a dancer, and a mom. First, how do you do it all? But then secondly, what words of advice do you have for moms or future moms who wish to continue their dance passions throughout their pregnancy and then continuing to raise children?
Hmm. Ooh. Yes. Um, I think it's always finding also support. Like in my case, when I was in Peru, and I didn't have children, you take for granted that you have, like, oh, your parents and you have your friends and you have your family, extended family. And then when I came here, I went to Colombia. I was like, and I have my children, one here in the United States and the other one in Colombia. So it was difficult, but I think it's always, sometimes we women try to do everything by ourselves. It's like, no, I can do it. Yes. Right? I'm strong. I'm going to be able to do it. And sometimes we need to also, yes, say yell for help. That's a phrase of a cartoon that my daughter says. But yes, sometimes you need to have your own support community, so you can either make a call or do something in case you need it. And then yes, in my case, well, my husband was super supportive all the time. And I'm not saying that if you are like a mom that you're by yourself, you cannot do it. It's just finding that support, even emotional, right? So my daughters are amazing. I love them. So I think that also gives me the strength to continue, and the kind of again, the support to continue going for what I want to do, because I know that they also like to see me doing this. And it's I don't know exactly how to say it, but when you are doing what you want, you are happier. And in that way, also the other people are happier because they don't see you sad. So you create your own way also to survive and to continue and to yeah, inspire others. And I have, I don't know, maybe it's a theory already, but I feel like sometimes we need to support each other. Like when you are feeling down, there will be another person who is up, and you are going to be supportive of that. And when you are up, you can also support others. So it's kind of I don't know. I feel like it's a wave of and a network and yeah, of support. Even if you don't think about that, you are being supported. Like when I'm teaching classes, you know, the other people feel supported. When I'm receiving classes or when I'm receiving, you know, like I'm, I know I'm on a call and maybe somebody is cheering me up, right? Um, so there are ways. And the case of moms, yes, we have all the strength. Yes, I know sometimes it's very difficult, but I think that's a way to also uh, improve and continue working by your for yourself. And I think that's what I want to say too. That um, you're sometimes when you get tested, you get stronger, and and then in that way things are going to be easier. And then yeah, there is always a time when it's very difficult, very, especially when your children are little and you are everything for them. Yes, I think I look back and I say, wow, how did I do that? I just did it. And yeah, and now they are, you know, they're more independent. It's a little bit easier for me. So still they need me for sure, and I'm glad that they because I need them too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate it so much. And just on behalf of Two Hearts Dance and Yoga, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us and just kind of provide this light, give us some inspiration, and just really looking forward to seeing all the wonderful things that you continue to bring us. Can you tell people where they can learn more about VIDA, learn more about global water dances, learn more about you?
Sure. So about Vida, about me, you can go to Facebook or Instagram and look under my name, Vannia Ibarguen, or Vida Vannia Ibarguen Dance Arts. But also I have a webpage and you can find everything there. Is uh, it could be both vidadancearts.com, or the other that is more difficult is Vannia Ibarguen. It's my name. .com. And Global Water Dances, we have also our webpage that is globalwaterdances.org. Yes, and we are also on Facebook and Instagram. You can find that information on our webpage. And yes, yes. And I don't know if I can share something with you as a movement phrase. I just remember like, oh, it will be nice to do it. And also if you know people is looking at us, they can do it. It's just 4 movements of our global water dance. Uh, that is super easy to do. Can you do it with me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So here we go. We're going to breathe in and breathe out. Yes. And now take your hands. Imagine that you have water here in your hands. Yes. Yes. And they are beautiful, heavy, and warm. And we're going to take that water up. Water goes up and stretching up to the sky, really high. And then the rain comes down. You're going to go down and you're going to wiggle your fingers. Yes. And then the water comes inside your body. You're drinking it. You are using it for cleaning. And then the waves go out. We're going to just go around the world and opening. Yes, like the waves. And we can do this faster. Water goes up and the rain comes down and splash your face. And the waves go out around the world.
That's so cool. So much for sharing that with me, and I hope everyone else can participate in doing that. Love everything you're doing, Vanya, and thank you so much again for taking the time to be with us. You are a wonderful blessing to be around, so thank you.
Thank you, Leanne. What you're doing is amazing too with this series of videos. I think you are inspiring, and yes, I love you so much. I love you for what you're doing.
Awesome, wonderful.